Some games sound incredible on paper. A gritty crime story, a desperate race against time, a decaying city that feels alive. It promises a journey you won't forget. But sometimes, a killer concept just doesn't land the way it should. Today, we're talking about Samson, a Tyndalston Story, a game with real potential that's currently held back by bugs, broken missions, and repetitive side content. Let's break it down. Samson's story kicks off strong. A getaway job goes sideways, the crew pins everything on him, and now he's staring down the serious prison time. Or worse. To keep him breathing, his sister cuts a dangerous deal with the St. Louis crew. They'll protect Samson in jail, but only if he pays off a massive debt on the outside. And they're keeping his sister as collateral. It's a quick, brutal setup that immediately had me invested. As the game unfolds, it layers in themes of trust, betrayal, and some genuine, surprising plot twists. The big question driving everything: can you keep both Samson and his sister alive? A lot of people are comparing Samson to GTA, and I get why on the surface. Open world map, cars, drugs, street crime, but make no mistake, this is not a GTA game. Tyndalston is much smaller than any GTA city, and honestly, that smaller scale works in their favor. The world feels focused and concise. You learn the streets fast, and dead ends actually matter. The city itself is one of the most detailed, filthy environments I've seen. Garbage everywhere, graffiti covering the walls, faded murals. Tyndalston feels broken, hardened, and on the absolute brink of collapse. It has real personality. But that's where the similarities end. This isn't a shooter, it's a brawler. No guns for Samson. You can't even hijack random cars when people are in them. From mission structure to combat to the lack of weapons, Samson plays like a gritty close-quarter street fighter, not a sandbox crime epic. Once Samson gets back to his trashed apartment, the game introduces something I haven't seen before, and I absolutely loved it. You play through the game in days. Every single day has a debt target you must hit to keep your sister safe. Miss it, and you'll get visits from thugs at your car, your apartment, or worse, a very angry phone call from Ona reminding you what's on the line. This is where the action point system shines. Each day starts at noon with a limited number of action points, starting with 6 points, but you can upgrade that by progressing and smashing sandwich boards around the city. You spend those points on missions from your old friend Carter, who hooks you up with all the side jobs. Once they're gone, it's time to head home, sleep, and cash in whatever you've earned. It creates this constant balancing act. Do you burn points on a risky side gig that pays well, or push the main story? Fail a mission, and those points are wasted. The day shifts from noon to evening, and suddenly you're scrambling with whatever's left before night falls, providing you haven't lost it all when you've been knocked out. It gives your choice real weight. I actually felt ownership over my days, a real tension when I got knocked out and lost progress toward the debt payment. Side content isn't optional here. You need to protect Anna while still moving the story forward. It's one of the smartest design choices in the game. When it comes to fighting, Samson doesn't mess around. No guns, just fists, pipes, wrenches, and pure aggression. You'll be punching, smashing, and headbutting your way through thugs. The finishing moves are satisfying, a flying knee, standing the guy upright, then dropping him with a final haymaker like a sack of potatoes. I always look forward to the combat, though it could definitely be a bit smoother and more polished. Unfortunately, the promising concept and unique systems are let down hard by execution. Within the first 2 minutes, I saw duplicated NPCs standing almost right next to each other. I jumped in my car and nearly ran down 3 pedestrians who turned and ran away with the exact same animation. It was like watching them dance in sync. NPCs vanish and pop in, cars fall from the sky, one guy looked like he was trying to fly himself. In a game going for gritty realism, these moments completely shatter the immersion, even when they're accidentally funny. Missions break in frustrating ways. An NPC who refuses to get in the cab, a bookie whose pathing is so broken he just walks into a fence for 5 straight minutes, driving that stutters and jitters even on high-end hardware like mine with an RTX 4080 is just beyond frustrating. I had an entire enemy wave fail to spawn during fights. I smashed a car in a mission and it literally disappeared while the driver fell out of thin air onto the street. But here's the worst bug of all. About halfway through the game, I finished what felt like a major plot twist mission, the kind that should lead into more story. Instead, the screen fades, Samson's splash screen is revealed, and the credits start rolling. I sat there stunned. Was this really the end? It felt like a mid-game boss, not a finale. Then, I loaded back in, the phone rang, story conversations played out, and I was right back in the game with 7 more chapters still ahead. The single moment completely killed my motivation. Seeing the credits roll early like that was incredibly disappointing. The game ended when it wasn't supposed to. Look, Samson has a strong foundation. The story hook, the daily debt pressure, action point system, and the gritty atmosphere of Tyndalston all show real promise. With more polish, better bug fixes, smoother combat, and less repetitive side content, this could really have been a very good game. As it stands right now, it feels like a broken mess in too many places. At a $25 price point, it needs significant post-launch work if it wants to keep players in Tyndalston. It's a shame because when the system clicks and the world sucks you in, you can feel what Samson could be. Right now though, it's a great concept that desperately needs more time in the shop. If you enjoyed this review, hit like and subscribe for more honest game takes just like this, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.